Hello, Mark Palmquist, cabinet maker. In this video, I'm going to show you my method for installing drawers in a cabinet. Now, one of the first things you have to figure out is how tall to make your drawers. And in this cabinet, the drawers are all going to be the same size, and there's going to be 4 of them. So that kind of makes it a little bit easier. But obviously you have to figure out how tall to make the drawers. So what you do is you measure the total height, and then you have to account for the distance between the bottom and the bottom of the drawer, the distance between drawers, and the distance here. So if this is, let's say, 24 inches, you divide that by 4, and then you have to subtract the space on the top and bottom. And in this case, I want the gap here to be at least 1/4 inch, and I want the gap here to be at least 1/2 inch between drawers, because I also want my drawer faces to be the same height so that they all match. So that's how I determine the height of this. And it ends up being 5 1/4 inches. All right, so the kind of drawer size that I'm going to be using are... Okay, here are the tools that I will be using. You need a calipers or veneers. You need one of these, and this is in both inches and millimeters. You need awl and one of those, or you could use a wooden mallet. And then these are the drawer sides. So you have to be able to measure the width of your drawer side, and if you use millimeters, it makes it much easier. And then having a wooden tape measure with both units, imperial and metric, is also helpful. Of course, if you're not in the United States, everything can be metric. Okay, for the bottom drawer, you want a minimum of 6 millimeters of space between the bottom of the cabinet and the bottom of the drawer. And in my case, because all the drawers are the same, I want to pick a height for attaching the drawer side to the sides of the drawer boxes, and that's all going to be the same. You don't want to mess with this. You just make it all the same for all 4 drawers. And I just picked somewhere slightly up from middle. And the first thing I do is put this on a spacer, and then I measured the distance from here to the middle of that. And then I have to take that distance and subtract half the width. So I have to subtract half the width of this, which turns out to be, here, if I slide it off the table here and measure it, it turns out to be 45.5 millimeters. So I do some math here. 75 minus 45 divided by 2. That gives me a distance of about 52.2, and I rounded it up to 54. All right, so this is my spacer. It comes out to be about 54 millimeters. Okay, so there's my spacer block, and the next thing to determine is the setback. So this particular drawer is going to have a drawer fascia, and it's going to be approximately 3/4 of an inch. So that means I have to set back from this edge. I have to go back 3/4 of an inch. See how this thing sticks out. You can reach in the back, and you can flip this pin over, and then that goes backwards, and then that goes backwards, and now that's retracted. So now you can stick this in here and push it like that, and that is my setback. And now I just screw it in. Here's a little pro tip. I highly recommend going to Woodcraft and buying these high point screws. The reason I say this is they have a number 2 square, this square driver, so you can stick it on the end of your drill and it won't fall off. When you're screwing something horizontally, one of the hardest things to do is to keep the screw on the end of your driver. If you use a Phillips, it doesn't want to stay, and it's going to fall off. And so this will save you a whole lot of time. using these screws. See, it won't fall off. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a hole accessible, and I'm going to stick this scratch awl right in the middle and poke a hole. There we go. Alright, these are self-tapping screws, so you don't have to pre-drill any holes. Alright, so I'm just gonna pick one of these 2 holes, tap. And insert. Okay, so one of the things that you can use if you don't have self-tapping screws is this thing. It's spring activated, and a little drill bit comes out, drills a little hole, and because it's got a bevel on the front, it self-centers. Anyway, if you can't find these high point screws from Woodcraft, just use one of these and it'll make your life a whole lot easier. Okay, now I'm going to insert the drawer. Before you do this, you have to make sure that the tabs are reset. Alright, so these should be now sticking back out. Okay, the next step, to do some more math, and you got to create another spacer. The spacer that you created here is not going to be the same for here. I'm going to put the side rails on the second drawer at the exact same position. So this little tab always goes towards the front, flush with the front. Okay, so when I'm drilling down, I don't use the fancy square bit driver screws. I just use the screws that come with the door sides. Drilling down is easy. Drilling sideways is where the Phillips screw is just really a hassle. Okay, also depending on what's going in the drawer, you either use 2 screws or use 3. This is just going to be, you know, t-shirts and underwear and stuff, so it doesn't need 3 screws. All right, when you flip it, always remember, okay, now this is the front, and this is the top, and I'm always measuring from the top. You have to just do everything consistently, whatever your system is. This is how you separate the drawer sides. Move the tabs down. All right, so now this tab goes in the front. All right, there's drawer number 2. This is the most critical part. So I have marked on the side here, this is where the gap between the 2 drawer fascias is going to be. So what I have to do is I have to make sure that when I install the second drawer, that the bottom of the second drawer is above the top line. It has to be above it, about a quarter. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. This is where everybody gets messed up. So I have to measure this distance from the bottom of this to the middle of that. It turns out to be 70 millimeters. Okay, so now I have to take 70 and subtract half the width of the drawer side, which is 22.8. Subtract half the width of this. Okay, next I have to add whatever this distance is from the top of this drawer to the top of your line here. It just so happens to be exactly 18 millimeters, which is the thickness of this plywood. So I'm just going to add math. 18. You ready? All right, so this was 70, and then I subtracted half the width of this, and that gives you this distance. That's the first two numbers. And then you add 18, and then you add 10 for the gap between the two drawers. And this gives you a spacer of 75.2. All right, there is my 75.2. Okay, there's the spacer block. Because I use 3/4 inch material, it sits on this 1/2 inch material with a 1/2 inch gap. It doesn't fall through and it doesn't fall over, so it works really well. Just make sure that you use your setback tool to make sure it's correct, and then screw it in. Okay, so now I have to make sure that the top of this is not above the middle of the cabinet. The middle of the cabinet is 12 3/8. And that is perfect. It gives me a space of about 10 millimeters, which is what I want. That means I can continue using the same spacer for the other two drawers. Okay, the next pro tip is to label the drawers. This is labeled left 1, left 2, and so forth and so on. Okay, let's see if drawer number 4 fits. Okay, so it does fit. So what I have learned is that my spacer block, my mid spacer block, is about 1 millimeter too high. So if I trim it by 1 millimeter, everything will fit better on this side. And that's also why you have to label left and right all your drawers so that they go in the proper space. So the problem here is there's less than 1/8 inch of space. It looks like a couple millimeters at the most. So I think what I'll do in this case is just make another spacer block and trim it by 2 millimeters, maybe even 3, and drop these top drawer runners about 1/8 of an inch, and everything will be good. Okay, I made a temporary spacer block, and I shaved down my original spacer block by 1 millimeter. So that means the other side should go more smoothly. All right, it looks good. This gap is more than 3 millimeters, which is good. It means that the drawer fascia will not be below the top of the drawer. That's about almost 1/4 inch here. Yeah, that's more than 3 millimeters. That's 5 millimeters. So that'll work. Okay, there she is. Now all I have to do is install the drawer fascia panels.